Hey guys, what's up? Lone Berserker here, and this is a commentary 1 versus 1 battle. I am playing as Suebi using my regular army and going up against a sword spam Boii. So I'm going to apologize before this gets any further. I am currently sick, so my voice might sound pretty terrible. I actually got sick right after Thanksgiving, so that was great. I hope you guys who do celebrate Thanksgiving had a good one. So I haven't actually played Rome 2, well, any game in a while since I'm just so weak, and it's actually very difficult to play a game like this and be good at it, at least while you're sick. So I may mute myself from time to time if I have to cough or something, and I don't even know how good this is gonna come out because my voice sounds terrible. So my opponent here, Boii, he has 5 Celtic warriors, 5 sword followers, 3 Oathsworn, and 3 Heavy Horse, which is your basically typical Boii spam build, sword spam build. So at the start here, I'm just gonna shoot him with my Scout Riders. I was wanting to target his infantry, and I am gonna get some volleys, and I'm gonna make him waste some javelins here. Not many, but so I'm just gonna get some early volleys on, and then he started chasing me with this heavy horse, which I thought was kind of odd. But you know, I guess in his case, it's not because he doesn't really need them. He wants his infantry to carry his army, so I guess, yeah, it does make more sense to lose your cavalry over your infantry. And in this case, anyway, your army is extremely susceptible to getting outflanked, so I'm gonna have to use both my hands here. So, kind of just going about this normally, just trying to square up with him and get my army closer to him. He's not moving very much, so that was fine. I actually, in this case, I actually do not mind my opponent sitting still and letting me get close to him, because it gives me the initiative. At least I prefer it. Now, here I have, well, not here, but in a moment here, I'm going to have a pretty embarrassing micro situation fail. Yeah, so this is why you don't play when you're sick. I lose an entire Germanic Scout Rider at the start here, which I wanted to strangle someone because of that, and anyone who was near me was lucky enough, well, anyone in my household was lucky enough not to be close to me because my hands were flying at that point. Now, this I actually wanted to take this fight right here. I was going to charge him with my Scout Rider, but he realizes that and he's going to get out of there before I can. But I do get some good shots on his cavalry, and now his cavalry is seriously taking a beating. One is down to 74, the other is down to 68, and this one's down to 68, so it's actually a pretty good trade there. I mean, I shouldn't have lost the Scout Rider in the first place, but I'm just going to make an excuse to as why I did. So that Scout Rider will last a whole lot longer, and I'm just going to shoot his cavalry. So I decide to approach from this side and withdraw in this area so I can get some good shots onto his sword followers, because that's what I want to do for the majority of this fight, is just target those sword followers and run away for the most part, or until I have a favorable engagement. So I'm going to pull away here. I probably could have waited a little bit, but I decided to pull away, and I'm going to bring my center towards me, and I'm also going to bring my Scout Rider across the field here in a minute just to put pressure on his flank. I think they were actually out of ammo at this point. No, they still got a little bit left, but they're basically out of ammunition. So I think I let my guys get a volley off, and then I run away here. I don't want to fight him yet. I haven't done enough damage. I've only killed 10 sword followers. This sucked because I lost, what, 8 Wodenot spears before I even put him into melee, so that was pretty terrible there. So now I decide, I actually get caught here, but I will get him out of there in a minute. So I'm gonna go for a fight here. I charge his sword follower with I use fast charge also at the same time. I charge his sword follower. He doesn't get a charge on me, so I was pretty confident of winning that fight. I charge his Celtic warriors with my Noble Rider because I just want to take them out quickly, and I know that they die pretty fast, so I thought that was a good exchange there, and I killed a lot of them. I have my Spear Levy followed up by a Bloodsword that will clear them out pretty quickly. Got my Wolf Warrior coming over here to assist my Wodenaz, which is winning pretty decisively over here. Then I've got a fast charge spear levy running across the field, which can actually beat that Celtic warrior, backed up by 2 Bloodsworn and my general. So, and then he pours all of his cavalry. This was a huge mistake in my opinion, into this engagement here, and I don't quite understand why, because then they end up getting charged from my fast charge general, so that's going to be very advantageous for me. He's going to take a lot of casualties too if he's in prolonged melee, which obviously he's going to have to be for a little bit here at least. Then I'm going to take advantage of it and start shooting him. My Bloodsworn sadly did get a good charge, but also got charged by an Oathsworn, so he's going to die very quickly, and I'm going to throw in my Wodernaz, which will basically kill that sword follower. I'm going to double team this sword follower over here. Probably shouldn't have done that quickly. I should have probably pulled the spear levy out. I got a fast charge wolf pride. I used pride. Wolf warrior going into that fight, and then again, look at this. His heavy horse is now being absolutely annihilated, and anything else in there is just getting destroyed. And that's basically my general just holding that down. The Wodernaz spear did end up killing that the sword follower that was in front of it, but I didn't even notice it, and this guy's got so many sword followers that he can just throw more into the fight here. I can't do that. I have to be a lot more conservative with my army. That Celtic warrior is about to die. Then I got this wolf warrior, which charged at a terrible angle going in against that Oathsworn. I'm going to try and pull out some of my units here and save them. That Wodernaz spear is just going to have to be sacrificed, though, to keep those units pinned. And over here you can see it's not going the greatest because of the way I took that first fight there against that sword follower. Although at this point my opponent's cavalry is basically completely gone, so that gives me free reign over this battlefield, and I'm the one with the skirmish and cavalry advantage, so that is basically giving me a lot more confidence going into this now. And my infantry is doing pretty crappy actually in this fight. I did not take this fight the way I should have, and it's showing very quickly here. My opponent's Oathsworn will just chew through anything that I have on this field, so I have to try and get my better units, essentially my wolf warriors, out of these fights, and I'm going to switch him with a Bloodsworn. The Bloodsworn will get annihilated, but it'll keep him pinned, and the charge bonus will actually do some damage to that unit. This sword follower is about to die to my Wodernaz. These other units, these Celtic warriors and sword followers, are almost winning this flank, but at the same time, because of my cavalry and skirmishers, I'm going to be able to turn the tide very quickly here, and I still have Bloodsworn that can cycle charge. My general has been doing an awesome job controlling the center here. And then I cycle charge with a wolf warrior into that fight. You can see my opponent is simply just overpowering me with these flippin' Oathsworn. He used them really well, and now he's gonna get into my skirmishers, which I knew I couldn't allow. So I do take a javelin volley there. I'm gonna run away though, and then I'm gonna charge this Celtic warrior, and I'm gonna try and get this. Well, actually, I don't at the moment because I didn't have enough units at this point. I'm gonna try and eventually get that sword follower, but he does engage my Cimbri bowwoman. So I'll pause for a moment here and basically give a rundown of the battle. Like I said, I didn't take that engagement the way I should have at all. My general is about to clear up the center here. That'll give me the center and the left flank, which I will have pretty easily won. Not easily, but did eventually win. However, on this right side, I still have to contend with 3 Oathsworn, which are kicking the crap out of my infantry, and I literally cannot keep up with them. Those are basically the only threats left on this battlefield, and you can see the infantry I do have left just cannot contend with them. They're getting absolutely mauled in these fights, and I am trying to cycle charge as confidently as possible, but just my playstyle right now was not the greatest, so I was pretty confident that this one was over for me, and I had lost it. I'm going to shoot the crap out of the sword follower with my Cimbri bowwomen. I'm going to charge him with my general just to charge him and allow my infantry to get out. So you can see my general has been the MVP of this battle and just holding the enemy in place, but these 3 Oathsworn are going to be a serious problem. I did get a good cavalry charge on that sword follower, and that is going to end him, so that'll be that unit off the field. So now I'm really at the point where I just need to run away and let my skirmishers do some damage here, and they are going to. They will kill a lot of these Oathsworn. I'm going to sacrifice the spear levy here just to keep them in place for a little bit and give my infantry an opportunity to dogpile it. So we got shot by a volley right there, and then I'm going to send in the wolf warriors and a Bloodsworn and another wolf warrior here. And I'm just going to try and kill this Oathsworn as quickly as possible. I don't know what happened, but my unit didn't charge correctly there, which was really annoying. And I am shooting and cycle charging his general as much as possible, because I realize that getting him off of this field is going to be vital for a victory here. But still, though, he still has these two other Oathsworn, and his general still has 71 in it, even though I am targeting it as much as I physically can at this point. And he is taking a lot of casualties though, and I am going to get a good cycle charge on the back of this Osworn, and at this point, the tide is turning into my favor, and I'm feeling a lot more confident of winning this. And then now his general just died, so the morale of his units is going to completely plummet. This one's in red morale. His general will drop to red morale once I charge it again, and then this one's already in red morale, and they simply can't keep up with the constant cycle charging. Although he does have 95 Celtic Warriors, that isn't going to make a whole lot of a difference. So I'm going to cycle charge one more time here, and that is basically going to be the end of this battle, and my opponent is going to concede in a second before all of his units break here. But that is the end of that. That was actually really hard to commentate. I feel like absolute crap, but I got through it. So Boii sword spam is something you don't want to have to fight, and especially in my condition, you don't want to have to fight it. So I think I did pretty good in this scenario, although, like I said, I didn't take that fight at all in the way I should have. I got lucky that my opponent didn't have any skirmishers, but when you're sword spamming with Boii, it doesn't really matter. You don't need them. I think, though, in the end, I actually ended up doing pretty good. My noble riders did excellent. They were really the reason I won this battle. They got great flipping kills, actually. Extremely good kills. Germanic Scout Riders could have been used better, although I'm not at all unhappy about the kills that they did get. But losing that one definitely annoyed me. Bloodsworn doing great. Altogether, they all got a lot of kills. Although they weren't really used properly, because, again, I couldn't really cycle charge them the way I wanted to. This Wolf Warrior did not do the greatest, but I'm pretty sure he was fighting against a Osworn, I think. So the majority of those kills were on an Osworn, so that's pretty good. And then this one actually did do pretty good. One Wilderness Spear did absolutely great, the other one not so much. I don't really know what happened to it. And then obviously Spear Levy not doing that bad, actually getting 64 kills. And then Kimbri Bowwomen also carrying me there. These two didn't do good, but these two did. I actually don't know how these two didn't do good, because I guess I just didn't have the greatest shots compared to the other two. My opponent's Osworn actually did really good. They all got a lot of kills, and they were on pretty good units. Same with the Sword Followers. Well, 3 of them did good, the other 2 didn't. And one of his Celtic Warriors getting 157 kills. I have no freaking clue how that happened, but apparently it did. I actually really don't know how that happened. But that's actually a lot of kills for a Celtic Warrior. Although he didn't get a chevron, so I really don't know what he killed. And then actually 2 of the heavy horse ended up doing pretty good. The other one not so much, so my opponent simply lacked coordination with his army. But I guess I did okay in the end, but I think I got pretty lucky there. So that was all for this video. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the poor commentary, but I wanted to post a video. See you guys.